Hi everybody and welcome back to another Last of Us MST by Whalecakes. Today we're going to talk about how to efficiently get parts and supplies in order to always be above what's recommended per match. Now, yeah, for some people it is a little hard, but once you get the perk collector, or depending on how you play exactly, even without the collector perk, you should be averaging lots and lots and lots of parts. If you play the role of a medic on your team and you're always reviving, healing, tagging, whatever it be, whatever you do on your team, it shows in your parts. If you're the lone wolf, the guy who's always running out there to get the kills, you're right, you may get a lot of supplies off of bodies, but you're not going to always get a ton of parts. You get way more parts in actually helping your team than not helping your team. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the first and second video of how exactly you should be playing in order to be successful in every round. If you support your team, yet you know how to take care of yourself at the same time, you should be able to effectively be at the top. If you're always running out there getting killed, you're not hanging back, you're not helping your team, you're hindering everyone, you're taking away from the lives that should be saved. So let's go on to exactly how to gather parts and how to get supplies. We already know that by killing the opposite teammates, or reviving, or opening up stashes, you can find parts. Sometimes, not always in stashes, but by helping your teammates and killing other guys, we know those are the definite ways of getting parts. So we know that special executions, executing the enemy, downing the enemy, assisting in downing the enemy, we know those are all methods of taking parts. But most people forget that the best way of gaining parts is reviving. You gotta keep in mind, every time you revive a teammate, that is an extra 100 parts. Every time you tag, you're getting 15 plus 50, I believe. Not too sure. It says the exact number, but it adds up. All these tags, all these revives, all these heals, they add up. If you're watching the video, when I see the end of the match, you're gonna notice that I'll be at, I believe, 3,000 or 4,000, and you'll notice that I did a lot of reviving. I stuck close to my team. I didn't really abandon them as much. I had someone always following me, which was my friend, of course. So as you can see, there was team play. We did have incorporate the watch my back, I'll watch your back. If you get down, I'll pick you up. If I get down, you pick me up. So there was a lot of team play. You can see in this one video that the team play was highly dynamic. Yes, we did travel in a big group, but we understood each other. Even though two of us weren't talking to each other, we understood the message we were getting along. Like, me and my friend were talking on the phone playing, and the other guys on the team were obviously, they knew each other, so they were talking to each other on headphones. Now, yes, you are correct. I could have been using my headphones, and so could my friend. But we wanted to incorporate the lessons of the first and second video into this last one, where we talked about how there's always a language barrier. So we put the example of me and my friend being on the phone, those two guys, being on the headphones, talking to each other, so we have a language barrier. I can only communicate to one person, and so can the other guys on my team. But we were able to work out in such a dynamic that I was able to assist them, I was able to tag, I was able to get kills. I mean, yes, you do see that my kills were stole, like my executions were taken from me. But at the end of the day, it didn't bother me, because if someone went down and I revived them, I got back the points that I would have had to an execution. So it evens out, plus I'm keeping my teammate alive, so we're not losing anything. Essentially, we're not losing any lives, but I'm gaining. And that's the efficient way of gaining parts in this game, is to play smart and to play economically. If you keep your teammates alive, you get parts, and by keeping your teammate alive, you have a better chance of getting kills and downing people. Downing gives you supplies, and it'll also give you ammo. Now, if you take someone's execution, obviously you get points for the execution, and you get ammo. So either way, it still works out in your favor. even if they take your execution, you're still getting ammo, you're still getting a supply can.
Yeah,
It still works in your favor. So essentially, the first and second video of playing together, second video, how to stay alive playing by yourself through stealth, helps, because if you can fool the enemy into knowing you're not there and they're aiming at someone else, essentially you have already got their hands down, as everyone starts off with limited ammo. So if they're wasting their ammo shooting at someone else, by the time you start shooting at them, they have to take time to actually consider who to continue shooting at. Obviously, 9 times out of 10, they're going to keep shooting the guy that they worked on first. I'm not going to switch to you because that guy has the opportunity to shoot them, downing them and ending the game. So they'd rather just try to do a 1-for-1, and they'll down that guy they're aiming, and essentially they're getting down as well. So I mean, for them it's a loss, for you it's a win, because you're reviving your teammate. Points. Well, parts, better yet said. You revive your teammate, you get parts, and then you get the kill. Parts. Your teammate now needs to be healed. You're healing him, you're also getting parts for this. So you can see that by sticking to your teammates, you're already essentially getting parts, which in turn will convert to supply to keep your town alive. That way you can get to whatever number of survivors you want. Currently I'm at 112 survivors, so I need 95 supply per day. So as you can see, yeah, I have to team play a lot. I can't lone wolf it. But I can. If I have the collector perk, then you can get a lot more parts for whatever you're doing. It gives you extra parts that you're collecting. Now, if you have medic on, which is a first aid training, and then you have reviver, and somehow you manage to pull it off, and you have enough points to put collector, you're gonna be rolling in parts all day long. And the only way that'll really work is if you're a team player. If you're reviving, healing, killing, spotting, that, you know, it goes hand in hand. And if you want parts, you gotta play your part in the team. You're not just gonna run out there, kill, and expect to get 3,000 points. That's why when you look at the leaderboards and you're wondering how certain people get so many parts per minute, that's what they're doing. They're being team players. I'm not saying that you can't do it without being a team player, because you can do it. It's not impossible. Like I said, you could have the off chance of, hey, let me revive this guy, or you find parts in stashes, which is really rare, but it does happen, or you're getting parts from downing, killing, tagging. There's other methods besides just healing and saving your teammates. But the main point that we're trying to get across in this one video is the efficient way of doing that, which is being a team player. Reviving, tagging, healing, just being a medic gets you points. And we've all known in all shooters that have classes, medics for some odd reason, even though they cannot get a single kill, let's say they don't even get a kill, they end up with the most points because they're healing everyone. And essentially it works out for them because they're not getting their hands dirty, you are, and they're getting something in turn that you want in return as well. They pick you up, they'll be able to revive you quicker, they're getting parts, you're getting your kills. So it goes hand in hand. Some people care about KDR, some don't. And that's where medics come in with all those crazy points and level ups. So the efficient way, like I said, is of gaining parts would be to 1, heal your teammates, 2, revive your teammates, 3, tag enemies, and then lastly, take enemies out. And that's essentially the only ways that I found so far that are essential or sufficient enough to actually gain lots and lots of parts. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this line of multiplayer survival tips that I was making for you guys. If you guys have any questions or you want to see more Last of Us, just let me know. I'm usually streaming the actual campaign on my Twitch TV, which I will list below. Well, this is Whalecakes. I'm signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy that online, because that multiplayer is amazing. You guys have a nice day. This is Whalecakes signing out.
Alright, I got some armor. I don't want to kill him.
Mess. Watch my 6. Hunter!
Oh, I see him. He's rushing. I got armor on.
I'm wounded.
If you want to hang back, I got armor on if you want me to run in there.
I'm a lot when you get killed.
Down one. Only a few left. Cut them down.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
Good one. Yeah, let's just
See that in there.